Good morning all. Today we are going to discuss about the topic design of magnetic circuits in the subject design of electrical apparatus. So in this subject we are going to discuss design of transformers, DC machines, induction motors and synchronous machines. So in the first unit now we are going to discuss about the topic design of magnetic circuits. So before getting in to the topic, we are going to discuss about the basic principles of magnetic circuits. And what is magnetic circuit? Magnetic circuit is a path of magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is going to take a path through the magnetic circuit. Okay, so actually this dotted line represents the flux path, and particularly it is mean flux path. And actually this first picture is the core-type transformer, and the second one is the shell-type transformer. Here in the core-type transformer we will be having the winding here. So it is actually electromagnetic system we are using in all electrical apparatus. So in electromagnetic system we will be giving current to the coil so that the MMF will be established, depends upon the amount of current flowing through the coil and number of turns in the coil. That MMF established in the coil make a flux to be flowing in the core. Actually the flux produced here will take a path through the core. Core is made of iron. This metal is having high permeability as compared to the air. Actually here two paths are there. One is iron path and another one is the air path. But air is having lesser permeability, or we can say in other terms, air is having high reluctance and core is having lesser reluctance. So reluctance is the property of the magnetic circuit which offers an opposition to the flow of magnetic flux. So if reluctance is more, then the flux will not take a path through that particular medium. Okay, so since permeability is high and reluctance is low through the iron core, the flux will take a path through the core, or all the flux established by this MMF in the coil will be confined through the core. Okay, so the magnetic flux takes a path through the core only instead of air. Okay, so this is the core-type transformer. Actually core-type transformer we will draw the structure is you may have remembered it. So you'll be having this will be the core. Actually this core is not a solid core. Actually it is a laminated structure. So this is how the transformer core will be looking like, and we'll be having the winding at the central end like this. Okay, so now we are applying a current through this coil by a voltage source. Okay, so this coil is having n number of turns, so that the MMF established through the coil is N into I. So this MMF will establish a flux. Magnetic flux will be created around the coil. So this flux will take a path through the core, center of the core. The flux will be taking a path through the center of the core. This space is the air. Okay, it is the free space. The magnetic flux will not flow through the free space. It will flow through only the core of the transformer, whatever the device it may be, because the core is made of iron. So it is having high permeability. That is mu, or relative permeability of this metal will be more as compared to the air. Mu r of air will be only 1. but the mu r of this ion will be in terms of thousands. It may be around 3000 to 6000 is the value of this mu r. So permeability is higher and reluctance is lesser in the ion, but in the air or free space it is having high reluctance. Reluctance is high reluctance. So reluctance is the property of the magnetic circuit which opposes the flow of magnetic flux. So the flux established by applying this MMF through this magnetic circuit will create a flux, and that flux will be flowing through the center of the core. So this flux is represented as mean. So this is the mean flux path. Okay. So that is how the magnetic circuit is established in the electrical apparatus. So this is example in case of a core type transformer. So here the path is only one path. So one single series circuit, only one closed path is there. And this is the second case is the shell type transformer. So wherein shell type transformer will be having the coil at the central limb. Okay, coil will be here at the central limb. So the flux established by this coil will take two paths. One is through the outer limb and another is through the outer limb of the left hand side. So two magnetic flux path is there in the shell type transformer. So that can be actually represented like this in a shell type transformer. So if you draw the magnetic circuit, so those things already we have studied. So if you draw the shell type transformer magnetic circuit, so here you are having the coil and supply is here. So current is flowing through this particular coil. So the flux is established here, but it will take two paths. One is through this particular outer limb and another is through this particular outer limb. So it is one magnetic circuit and it is another magnetic circuit. So this can be represented like a electric circuit like this. There is no air gap at all. So this is the reluctance of this particular limb and this is the reluctance of other limb, and central limb here also reluctance will be there at the central limb, and this is the source. Okay, so here you are applying the current. So the main flux will be flowing through the central limb and one is taking part through this outer limb and another through this outer limb. So this is the electrical equivalent circuit of this magnetic circuit. So this is actually the electric circuit equivalent. So in electric circuit, this arrow line represents the flow of electric current. In magnetic circuit, this represents the flow of flux. So this is the flux path and here it is the current path in electric circuit. So both magnetic circuit and electric circuit are analogous to each other. So in electric circuit, we will represent voltage, current and resistance. The equivalent magnetic circuit, we are representing this as reluctance. Sometimes S is represented for reluctance. And this is the source of MMF here in magnetic circuit. And this flow is flux in a magnetic circuit. In electric circuit, it is flow of current. And here actually only one path is there. And in a core type transformer, this is the source and only core reluctance is there. So it is a single path. So only one source of MMF. So this is the source of MMF and this is the flow of flux and this is the reluctance. Or you can represent in terms of the symbol can be S sometimes. Sometimes it will also be represented as R. So it is a single magnetic circuit, but here it is two parallel paths are there. So this is one path and this is another path. So it is a parallel magnetic circuit and it is a series magnetic circuit. So this core type transformer that establishes a series magnetic circuit, and this shell type transformer establishes parallel magnetic circuit with a source of MMF at the center, two parallel magnetic paths. So this is how the magnetic circuit already we have studied. Just I am giving a recap. Okay. So this is the magnetic path in the core type transformer, and this is the magnetic path in the shell type transformer. And the next machine we are going to study about is the DC machines. In DC machines, the outer part is the field system and inner part is the armature system. And outer part or field system will be having a salient pole structure. So the poles will be there and they will be having the coil at this portion, and so that will establishes the flux. And magnetic flux will be available at this pole arc. Actually, this is the air gap. Magnetic flux will be available in this air gap, and then it will actually see here. So this magnetic circuit will take a path through the core, and that it will complete its path through the air gap. Actually, the flux will be flowing through the core, and then it will cross the air gap, and then we will assume that it is entering the armature. Armature is a cylindrical pole construction structure, and it will be having the slots at the outer periphery, and this portion is the tooth portion, and this is the slot portion. So in the slot there is an air gap, but in the tooth it is iron portion. So the magnetic flux from this main poles crosses the air gap and it will enter into the tooth portion of the armature, and then it will be taking a path to the armature, and it will complete its path with the adjacent pole. This may be the north pole and this may be the south pole. So like that, this magnetic circuit is completing in this way in a DC machine. And next type of machine is a induction motor. Induction motor is a non-salient pole machine. So there's no any salient pole structure. Both stator and rotor will be of cylindrical in nature. So both will be having the tooth and slot portion alternately. So actually the stator will be producing the magnetic flux. So the stator magnetic flux will crosses the air gap and it will enter into the tooth portion. Actually this is the tooth portion of the stator, and this is the tooth portion of the rotor. So the stator magnetic field produced by the stator current passes through the air gap and it will enter into the tooth portion of the rotor, and this may be the slots per pole per phase of a particular machine, and so it will enter into the tooth portion of the rotor and then it will complete its path again through the tooth portion of the rotor, air gap and tooth portion of the stator, and then it will complete its path. This is for a particular phase and particular pole. Certain number of slots may constitute a pole. Slots per pole per phase. I think you are remembering that term, slots per pole per phase. Okay, number of slots will be there. Certain number of slots will make a particular pole of a particular phase, because it is a three-phase machine. So 3 phases will be there. Each this machine may have 2 number of poles or it may be 4 number of poles. So depends upon the number of poles, the slots will be distributed throughout the entire periphery of this stator and rotor. So this is the magnetic circuit established in a non-salient pole synchronous machine, or it is an induction machine. Okay, both induction motor and induction generator will be having the same magnetic circuit. Okay, and the next machine we will be studying about in this subject is the synchronous machine. And here rotor will be salient pole and stator will be of non-salient pole. So this is the magnetic path established in the synchronous machine. Okay.